those of you that recall, I did a series approximately a year and a half ago called an inheritance series, where a family, a member of a family, sent me basically the complete set that I believe it was his father had received, and they kept in the family. And it included a pretty early, I think it was 47, 48 Hudson set. There might have been a couple extra cars. There were several accessories, a lot of original boxes. I don't know if that you're recalling this. I'll put a link to it here if you're interested. But one of my desires, heart's desires, is to slowly but surely try to rehab that set. And in an ideal world, there would be somebody that would be interested in just taking the whole thing. Before us is one of those accessories, and like I said, the original box. You can see it does have some of the sticker left. Crossing gate, 572. Got the original stamps and whatnot from Flyer and tape, and there we go. AC Gilbert, New Haven. I guess maybe I should turn it this way. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. And this, unfortunately, is the state of a lot of the things that were part of this set. So what do we got? Well, we've got a crossing platform here. We're missing the roof, we're missing the gate, and let's see if we've got a light bulb underneath. We do have a light bulb. It looks like it's burned out. So the first thing I want to do is get some power to this thing, and let's just see if it responds. And if it responds, that'll be really great, because then maybe, just maybe, we can get some of these missing pieces and get it cleaned up and keep it with the original set, which is certainly my goal. Oh my. All right, well, there's things to do. So go ahead and get this. We'll give some power here. What do we get? Well, that's encouraging. Okay, well, wonderful. Appreciate Flyer making things in a way that even when they see lack of interaction for a long time, they still will work, which is always a testament to the kind of engineers and quality that they worked with. Okay, good deal. So the next thing we notice is our poor little shed is, yikes, seen some tough love here. Here we are behind the scenes in the AF research lab, doing some background on this crossing gate. As you can see here, inconveniently, the number that we want to see is just missing. I thought this was a 572, but that was incorrect. It's a 592. And we go to our friend here, Doyle. We see there's a 591 that came first, then a 592, and this box looks pretty familiar. This is from 49 through 50, and Doyle rates this with a scarcity of 4, which is not that scarce. It's interesting that the 591 is more scarce, and as I look at them in the pictures, I can't really see what the difference is, but that is neither here nor there. It's also fits in with the inheritance series, because a lot of the documentation that came with it had the 1949 date on them. I also have another book that is a compilation here of manuals. And so here is a little schematic. It just shows you how you wire up the 591, or if we turn the page, sorry, there, 592. And one thing that caught my eye was the pricing of replacement arms for this crossing. I'm trying to remember, and I'm not going to say for sure where I got it, but it's a place that many of us get parts. It seems like I was something like $20 or $25 to get the replacement gates for this accessory. It's a little bit too bad that I couldn't have spent, what is that, 18 plus 25 would be 3, so 43 cents would have been a much nicer price. But I missed that by, that much. All right, that was a whole lot of cleaning. I am pretty pleased with it. It certainly cleaned up better than I expected, as did this little house. But I decided I want to try touching up the red and see how that looks. And for those of you that want to know which color I'm using, it says it's 1150 RM 115010611. Fort Red is what it's called. This is tester color. And I had done a caboose repair and had to do a little bit of repair to the metal, or to the plastic shell. And so I got 2 different colors of red, trying to match that, and this was the one I didn't use. So I think it's going to be a good match. It's pretty close. It may not be exact, but my thinking is, if I can get the red cleaned up a little bit, maybe I'll try my hand at this is like an off-white, and I might try my hand at that and just see if I can be successful at that as well. This I ended up painting, and as I mentioned, the red is a pretty close match, but as you can see, it's not quite perfect. It's pretty close. Then I ended up going over the white or off-white or antique white, whatever the white is. It's, it's not just white. It's got to be something, white plus. So I went over that here because there was big paint voids here and here, and then also here. So I did this side as well, and then cleaned everything up. So that actually cleaned up pretty well. I do have a roof missing the chimney, so I'll have to make a chimney for this. But we're making some good headway. Then here are the 2 gate pieces that are missing. This little guy actually goes over the walkway, and then this, of course, is the main gate. And then our light bulb shines up through this hole, and in theory illuminates this plastic lantern. I guess the idea would be that in the olden days, this would be a lit lantern that would drop down to help cars see, hey, there's a gate down across the road. Of note, I think you might find this interesting, on the American Flyer hand cars. They use this same little guy on the ends of the hand cars, which hand cars were often, service vehicles where they take those down the rails to do service. So I guess it's fitting that you'd probably have spares in case you got to a crossing that the one there was broken or missing or stolen or whatever. So there are some installation instructions about make sure to have the notch facing up. Notch, that notch. Okay, those notches. So there's little notches here on the end, and those are supposed to be facing up. How does that go? Oh, okay, let's try these. No instructions on that one whatsoever. Okay. Now, I didn't see that. Oh boy. Okay, so there's the remains of the previous gates. Looks like somebody glued them or something. Oh boy, I didn't see that. Now, if I can't get this stuff out of here, this is not going to work because I'm not going to have a slot to stick the new gates in. Hey, all right. Got that one coming out. How about this one? All right. Didn't expect a knife to work, but it did. Hallelujah. Okay, so there's our previous gate, and should be as straightforward as sliding the new aluminum gate into those slits. And hopefully they just fit, because if they don't fit, they don't fit. Now these are aluminum, so I am trying hard not to mangle them because it's pretty thin. The back one slid in really nicely, but this front one is not wanting to go in quite so easily. Okay, so there we have it. Now the little one, I thought, okay, it said slits up. I thought maybe that went on these little nubbins right here. Problem is, I'm not sure. Not sure there's enough material left on the little nubbins for this gate to stay. Okay, so here is the accessory on my layout, and this still has the original gate on it. It'd be good if that was focused a little better for us. Let's see if we can do something like that. So we see how that mechanism works. Now, one of the questions I had is, is this replacement gate got a long enough tail, is what I'm going to call it, to work with this mechanism? And it appears that it does, so it's pretty short. Now, what I wasn't doing is I was trying to put the tail above that little pin instead of put it below. So I'm going to try reversing my installation method and see if that doesn't do the trick. Well, thanks for sticking with me on this little cleanup and repair project. I'll go ahead and demonstrate it here for us. Pretty awesome. It still works great after all these years. One thing that I ended up doing with this small gate, and I bet you're going to have a hard time seeing it, is I ended up using a tiny sliver of shrink tubing right here, black, just to pretty much hold the part of that split together. Applied a little bit of heat to cause it to shrink a bit. But this also gives the option, if someone ever wants to take that off, they can do that without fear of damage. Also, I have the trip that came with this set ready to go. I cleaned that up real good. And there's our little shack with chimney, custom made. So that looks pretty good. So thanks again, and hope you enjoyed this, and enjoy your American Flyer. Take care. God bless.